They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd and 6. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Runs over him. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, it's Cook. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it, and I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They'll run for it. Cook. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So, decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So, here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
when you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun is Eason. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Hard running at the 15. And down inside the 15 he goes.
He used to work relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Throwing is Eason. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A huge play there for Chicago. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Runs through the contact. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. And he is Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high power.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Eason. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 13.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bears take over. You see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and
that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there just before halftime. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on?
Personal foul.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 7. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. So we reach halftime. If you want the third quarter already, no problem. Let's do it.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Now a play fake here on first down. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On play action, they'll throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Here's Eason to throw. Eason gets hit and the ball pops free. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And it's caught. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Eason. Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. And got his man, complete. And down to the 20. A big play there for Minnesota. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Keon Crossan there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
So 3rd and 6.
Now Eason. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the week.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Eason sets to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. That's the end.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Fights off the tackle at the 20. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Touchdown, Vikings! Mo Alley-Cox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that winds up a 7-play drive all total. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge for... So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Cook now off the read option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. And the Bears first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
A 7-yard pickup.
2nd and 3. And he's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll set up a throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll throw on first down with Eason. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Eason. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. To throw on 3rd. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll give a review.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike. Hey. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Right there.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And quickly they get to the line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here.
I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Time to see Jacob Eason and company go back to work. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun is Eason. And that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off down near the 5. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Second down at 5.
At the 10-yard line.
Eason. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And shutting him off, now open field. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big offensive explosion help leading them to